Hey guys, hope you're well. It is April 25th, and we're working on this small account challenge. I finished my trade today, one and done for me, and it was a red one, fortunately. And in the week, red, I have probably more consistently been red on Fridays than green, so try and be careful with that. And even today, I was like, telling myself I don't need to take a trade today. In fact, I won't. And trying to just get in the right mindset to not force anything and wait for the best. And yeah, what do you know? Making a trade. I think part of the issue with me today was I was looking at other people's charts again, and it's like good stuff. I don't know what it is, but I think maybe I get FOMO from it when I see others trading, and I'm not sure, but at any rate, gotta work it out. Yeah, so this morning started charting and basically sorted out this white one, this white line here, this channel, this yellow channel was kind of the strongest bullish one. Purple one I wasn't too confident in. Really, in the morning, I'm not too confident in any of them. I'm kind of waiting to see, how much confirmation I get with them. So that's kind of the issue sometimes with me trading in the first hour or so. Even though sometimes that's the best moves because volume and pretty clean price action typically. But yeah, so this morning we completed this inverse cup here and didn't really make a handle, just kind of grinded down. So. Of course, there's liquidity up here. Wants to grab that to go up, but at this point, it's lower than low of day, so I'm more or less looking for puts. I'm looking for a short. So I'll start sitting down here and build liquidity here. So I'm looking for a bounce and head somewhere to get puts on. This green channel I did draw in after. Somewhere, I think after this green candle, I drew in this green channel. It's kind of a potential take profit if I do get puts up here and it comes down and breaks low of day. The first one would have been low of day. Second one would have probably been the bottom of that channel. Third one I'd leave for a runner. Case keeps going. So a nice way I like to trade actually, and it doesn't, I haven't specifically looked for that, but liquidity rejections. So grabs, like if it's going to grab it, that's great, take it. But usually it works kind of the same for me if it's rejecting it, because that's kind of the closest spot you can be to your stop, and you want to open where your stop, basically right where your stop's going to be. The closer the better, right? So yeah, if this was the liquidity, I'm kind of looking for this line right here, which I think is yesterday's high. I marked yesterday's high. Usually mark yesterday's high and low, and then maybe an important level. Yeah, it's yesterday's high, like right on the tick. So it just so happens to be that's the liquidity level too. So realistically, I could wait, like no other channels involved. I'm seeing this liquidity down here and this up here, and I could wait until it comes all the way up here at some point and rejects that. Of course, not always perfect in the market. You gotta be flexible and liquid, able to change your mind based on what's happening. But that is actually a nice way to trade. Anyways, I didn't wait for that because oftentimes it actually doesn't retrace that far, especially if you're in like kind of a steep trend. Sometimes you'll be in a steep trend and you'll just get little bounces, little heads and shoulders, and it doesn't retrace hardly at all. And you don't have to take those trades, but you can do well. You can take those as well as these bigger retraces. But yeah, so nice shoulder. This looked like a beautiful head. This was actually on that 10 o'clock data. We have some volume here and nice looking head to me. And then my steepest yellow channel, which I drew from back here, it broke, and I tried to be patient. And then these candles are getting kind of big, and then I think I got into my puts right here. So I didn't wait for this white one, which would have been the grabbing of this liquidity right here, this shoulder. So it would have been more confirmation basically. I think this is the third video this week. Part of the reason I'm doing the videos is really just for my own diary and record keeping. helps me to kind of rationalize, not rationalize, I guess the opposite of that. Not rationalize trades and really have thought through them, and maybe it's rational. I don't know. I can't think, it's too early. Yeah, so broke here, and yeah, not waiting for the shoulder. I think part of it was not only looking at someone else's chart again today, which I think we're talking about next week, but also trying to catch a big move, which is just, yeah, I'm just trying to be greedy. I want this lack of patience. When do the account to grow? Thinking about probably the P&L instead of just the form, like trade with good form, just work on becoming a better trader, basically. And that's all I really think about. And that's why the small account to me makes perfect sense. It's like, it has nothing to do with the money. Money, you know, if I have good form, I can be consistent, money will flow. So yeah, let me see here. I took it at 10:05. Got 3 puts. So yeah, on this green candle. So I was patient enough to wait for a green candle at least, and I held this one too long because once I get into it, I'm thinking. Oftentimes it's pretty close to my stop, or if it doesn't start working in my direction pretty soon, I'm like, this probably isn't right. Realistically though, my stop would be a break of this green channel way up here, unfortunately. So my risk to reward on that one's not great because I'm taking first profits down here, 1-to-1, which isn't good, and that's why it's nice to wait until you come up and reject liquidity, because then you're basically right at your stop. Anyways, took it here, grind it up. I'm like, all right, well, where should I really stop on this thing? And kind of expecting it to potentially turn around at any point, also because this yellow line support turned into resistance. Problem with that though is it's such a steep channel that that's, as you see, it just made its own channel. At any rate, let's see, I can close that. Let's at 10:09, so I think Raptor broke that. Yeah, right on this candle, I jumped out. This is extremely frustrating morning. Very, very annoying, especially because I just wasn't even gonna trade. Said I don't need to trade today, and just jumped in way too fast. So that was actually a big L. That's a big move for my account. Fortunate. Go back next week. Still enough to trade on Monday. I think I started this account with like $120, and so, you know, all you need is enough for one contract basically. They might have to drop back down to 2 next week, which is fine. 1 is nice. It's just, yeah, 2 is nicer. But as you see, so it came up, and then a little tricky today because it did complete the cup. So you can be looking for a long here, but then you can always see that this liquidity is still down here, waiting if the bears want it. And now there's even some liquidity that built right here, right where I jumped in. And sure enough, this became the head. Here's your shoulder. You grab that shoulder, and right when it was grabbing it, you can see the volume got crazy as it was breaking my channel. So a lot of good clear signs. This would have been the nice entry. Given this would have been, you had to have some conviction to grab it on this one because it was fast, big volume, volatile. So it would have been kind of tricky, but yeah, this was the one to take it on. And it ended up happening anyways, which I'm not upset. I mean, you gotta have stops and stuff. Like this is way too big of a move. Have a stop up there. So realistically, I should have stopped sooner. Yeah, I suppose I could have. This purple channel wasn't super confident yet, but I suppose I could have actually had that for my stop. That would have been what I typically would have done on the next one and stopped there. But sometimes that wrecks me because then it'll come up a little further and go to the last stop and then come down. So that's part of the reason I didn't draw that, and I wasn't expecting it. Me too. Just, yeah, expectations were bearish, which isn't good. You don't have prior expectations. Just identify liquidity, see which way you can be going. Today's a Friday, so it's trying to trap everybody into the week. Everyone's trying to gamble and make up for losses and YOLO. Oh, look at this. So we're pretty wedgy right now. The longer time frame, we're just chopping a big wedge. At some point, I might want to build a handle on it, but it doesn't have to. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and hopefully whatever you're able to learn from all this, learn a little bit on this channel. Thank you for your support. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Be back on Monday. A nice, relaxing weekend. And trying to get better on Monday. Thanks, guys. Peace out.